The second lockdown starts in England, the election in Washington gets heated, and the silent majority rise up against the establishment. But before we get into the video, guys, don't forget we just launched our latest collection.
With everything going on in the world, the I Believe in Britain campaign is our subtle way of keeping the Brexit message alive.
We've got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, caps, you name it.
Just click on the link in the description box or click here to get one of your own.
So let's spread the word because we are the silent majority and we do believe in Britain. Right, it's only Thursday and everything is escalating across the Western world. In England, we have the second lockdown. The election over there, it's still going on. And obviously at the time of making this video, we still don't know the final results. We know which way it's leading to, and there's a lot of speculations and allegations going on. We're going to talk about that. But primarily, there's this wave over the last few years and a couple of decades. We've had the globalist elites and establishment taking control of every aspect of our lives. We became so complacent, ordinary people and the so-called silent majority, and things are changing. People are finally waking up. So in this video, we're going to talk about the situation in this country with the lockdown, but also across the pond. Let's start with this video of a nurse who decided to take her mother home to look after her from a care home. Guess what? She got arrested.
So let's just make this very clear. My nan, my 97-year-old nan here, who we have taken from the care home because we haven't seen her for 9 months, is now being taken back by force to her care home. My mother has been arrested. My mother is in the back of the car here. She is a nurse. She is a fully qualified nurse who is wishing to care for her own mother. And here we have an incredible use of police time to take my 97-year-old grandmother back into a care home where she is deteriorating, where we haven't been able to see her for 9 months. Nan, I love you and we are going to fight for you. Yeah, because do you know why we're not going to stop filming this? Because everyone needs to see how ridiculous this situation is.
All in all, we've got one adult female in custody for allegation.
I mean, I fully understand there are measures in place right now. There's a whole situation going on and people should just use common sense. But there's also the overreach when it comes to the state and the police. I don't think we should live in a country where this happens. Common sense still exists. We have to, there shouldn't be a blanket policy or blanket ban on anything. Everything should be case by case, and that's the whole point of having a small government and having localism and having a more of a libertarian leaning society. You don't have to have a completely anarcho-libertarian country. You just have to make sure that people's freedoms are respected. This is absolute lunacy. You think that's bad? There's another example of the University of Manchester. They are putting up fences for students who are living on these campuses, so it's turning into literal prisons.
Let's just help that by putting up a big fucking fence. Oh, good.
It's actually disgusting.
Oh, damn.
Again, I don't see the point of that. Why would you do that? When you have students' mental health going up, when you've had people losing their lives, and this is exactly the last thing you want to do. It's not really helping. Before we get to the election and everything that's been going on over the past couple of decades, we know that when we talk about the elite and the establishment, it's not necessarily just the political system and the political class. It's also the media and the big corporations, the big tech. When you have companies like Facebook, Twitter, banning things, when you have Google actually and actively being biased. This is a video that we have. It was leaked. It was privately and secretly filmed by someone who's in charge of the Google ads. And he proudly said that he banned and he stopped the conservative ads on Brexit.
And funnily enough about Brexit, I had a guy on LinkedIn, me, for no reason, I don't know why, contacting me, say, hi, I'm the head of digital infrastructure of the Conservative Party of the United Kingdom. We would like to do advertising with Google. Could you help me with that? I was like,
That's awesome.
I didn't answer. I was like,
Awesome. That's so...
You're telling an Italian that lives in London that you want to advertise
Right.
on Brexit, and seriously.
So like promoting Brexit?
Yeah, exactly. Promoting like blocking free movement of of European people. So.
Right.
And you're asking a European guy to help you do that. I'm like, sure.
That's great. It's good because you're in a position. So same way that Trust and Safety was able to help repeal the 8th, you can have your own influence in a way, I'm guessing, right? Because you're the gatekeeper of what you're going to allow to advertise. So if they want to promote it,
not really. I wish I was that influential. I'm just one of the pawns.
But in a way you are, because you said you can say no, which is important.
I didn't help it.
I mean, this is absolute lunacy, and again, this shouldn't happen. And people are now finally waking up because of years of complacency, but also thanks to our technology and social media and advancements that we have made. Access to information is a lot easier than we had years ago. So people are now more aware of what's exactly happening. On that note, we have the lockdown situation in this country, in England, that has now, we got the votes, that's gone through as expected, but we've now seen a huge rise in freedom-loving MPs standing up against these measures. Before I continue, I understand a lot of people who watch these videos are actually in favor of lockdown measures. I fully understand that because of the way the media and our political system have been going around talking about this whole situation, people are very cautious. I get it. And I'm not even trying to say there shouldn't be a blanket yes or no on any of this. There should be a balanced approach. And I'm just reporting on what's exactly happening. These MPs who voted against it, it's not that they want people to lose their lives. It's not the case. They're talking about a different approach, an approach that's been working in other countries like Sweden. We do have a list of the MPs. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone on this list, especially Steve Baker and Philip Hollowburn, who obviously voted against it, but also they were the tellers. They organised this rebellion. Adam Afria, Peter Bone, Graham Brady, Steve Ryan, Christopher Chope, Philip Davis, Jonathan John Ogley, Jackie Doyle-Price, Richard Drax, Ian Duncan-Smith, Marcus Fish, Chris Green, James Grundy, Mark Harper, Gordon Henderson, David Jones. We have more. Tim Lawson, Craig McKinley, Stephen McParkland, Esther McVeigh, Hugh Merriman, Anne-Marie Morris, Mike Penning, John Redwood, Andrew Rosendale, Henry Smith, Desmond Swain, Robert Sims, Derek Thomas, Charles Walker, Craig Whitaker, William Ragg, and finally we have Paul Girvan, Carla Lockhart, Ian Paisley Jr., Sammy Wilson, and Julian Lewis. These were the MPs that decided to go against the wave and the consensus that's been created, and things should change. There's a pressure. We have now this actual data, because everything has to be factual and based on stats rather than just paranoia. London, the cases and numbers have been going down. You can see from various areas, Kingston, Kensington, Chelsea, even Hackney, City of London, West, East, South, North. They've been going down not only before the second lockdown started, but even before this tier 2, tier 3 stuff that's been imposed into London. The numbers have been going down already because of various issues that obviously even WHO have been talking about. When you have top scientists, when you have the World Health Organization saying that lockdown is not working, lockdown should only be used when you're freaking out, when something's new, you don't know how to react, and you're trying to find a way to find a solution. You do it initially, only for a short term, and then you find a solution, and they're against the lockdown. Top scientists are against the lockdown. The whole narrative is slowly changing, and people don't really understand it. You have this situation, and then you have America. So, the elites, the establishment. The election was chaotic, as usual, but this time it was even worse. But the biggest narrative was that Donald Trump, because of his language and the way he is only appealing to a certain demographic, people who happen to be male and happen to be white. In reality, he increased his votes on every other category, as you can see on the list, except for people who are white and male. Those people actually went towards Biden. So this paranoia that's been created in the West, it's actually been quite alarming, because, you know, again, we have Latinos, we have all the others who have gone against the reality that, you know, the fake reality that's been created. It shouldn't be like this. Now, there are a lot of speculations. I'm not going to say anything because we don't know the actual evidence. There's been a lot of obviously cases that's being made. Donald Trump and his team are talking about it, and they might actually take action. We don't know exactly what's going on. I don't want to turn into one of those people who are just going to say something without knowing the facts. I'm going to wait for a few days to find out what's exactly happening across the pond. But we do have examples. We have, for example, this person, William Bradley. People did some research. Someone who voted. He was born in 1902. Yeah, he's registered to vote. The election date, obviously 3rd of November 2020, and then William actually voted. Obviously absentee ballot, well, ballot was sent on the 19th of September, ballot was received on the 2nd of October. Then we discovered that William Bradley died on the 1st of June 1984. Somehow, William voted. There are a number of cases like this, and boxes being found, boxes being lost. I'm going to wait and see how everything actually ends, and then we'll report on this channel. We're trying to be objective. But at this point, as I'm making this video, Biden's still obviously winning, and the other side are coming back in certain places, like even Arizona. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, so we'll find out more tomorrow and the next few hours. Thanks again for watching. But the whole point of this is that because of social media, because of YouTube, because of all these independent podcasts and independent journalists and activists going out there spreading the word, is why the establishment are now so scared of the wave that's coming. We've seen movements across Europe. Today in London, in central London, Trafalgar Square, there's a massive rally that's going to happen. And I'm actually going to go there to see what's going on, to hopefully report from there for you guys as well. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget, if you're part of the silent majority, get your merchandise. The link is in the description. 52, I believe in Britain. Just a quick note, as I've said in the last couple of videos, a number of people have complained about YouTube unsubscribing them from this channel. Just double check that you have actually been subscribed, because we have the data. More than half of people who watch the videos are not actually subscribed. So a lot of them obviously click on the videos, but they realize, oh, I'm not actually subscribed. I was before. So make sure that you actually subscribe, but then click on the notification bell next to it and click on all, so you actually get notified when I release the videos. We're so close to 200,000 subscribers, and it will be with your help and support that we as a family, we could actually reach that milestone. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, get your merchandise. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.